Uh, Fantastic game by our team today. Certainly excited by the way all of our guys played. I thought it was a really dominant performance by our program, by our team, by our seniors. Jordan Morgan had a fantastic game. Mike Wiley, 3 touchdowns. To see our seniors do that was pretty awesome. There's about 13 guys that were on the team in 2020 that are still remaining. To be able to have them walk out with a win like today was a great one. And obviously can't say enough about Tetero McMillan, 266 yards receiving. Tanner McLaughlin set the single-season tight end record, I believe, here today with his 7 catches, 2 touchdowns. Noah threw for 526 yards today. I think that was our single-game record. So all of those things in turn were just a fantastic day. Defensively, we took the ball away 3 times. Dalton Johnson got an interception. Gunnar Maldonado got an interception, and then Jacob Kongaika recovered a fumble. So, it was one of those games that our guys just played fantastic ball and had some short fields, capitalized, had some long field, drove the ball. So just really proud of our team.
We'll start with Justin and then Michael.
Wiley and Gunnar pretty much said that Noah and T-Mac's connections like professional backyard football. How would you assess the connection they have on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's something. They kind of know where each other are at all times, and I guess it's not hard to know where Noah is. He's in the pocket. But Noah knows where T-Mac is at all times. He's running around, and, whether we're scrambling or whether we're on time, I think that, as Noah said just there, he goes, he's been doing this since 8th grade together. So clearly there's something to that. When we recruited them in 2022, that was a huge part of it, their relationship. And we felt like if we continued to stay strong with T-Mac all the way through, in the end, he was going to play with his buddy. And I think it's worked out well for him.
And why do you think the passing game was so effective today?
We got good looks. We got the looks we wanted. It's been pretty effective all year. I just felt like we had some opportunities of some plays that we wanted to hit on. And we got the defense that we wanted when we called it. So we executed well. We had good protection. Noah did a great job dealing with some of the free rushers that did come up in his face. He was able to stop and pop and hit Tanner on a touchdown on a bootleg. He was able to manipulate a defender on a screen. He was able to get the ball out to Mike Wiley versus cover 0 blitz. So, the same screen that Mike scored on last week, he scored on this week versus the same defense. So, really, you just kind of hit on some things that were really, really good. And that was really the difference in probably a 300-yard day and a 500-yard day.
Michael and then Jason.
You've talked about the build ever since you've been here, and you've never set specific goals in terms of number of wins in a season or whatever. But here you are at the end of the 3rd regular season with a 9-3 record. Could you have imagined that was possible this quickly? And what do you think has led to that?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, when Dave and Dr. Robbins interviewed me for the job, I didn't say that I wanted to just win 5 games or 4 games. I had high aspirations for what we were going to do here. If I didn't think we could win 9 games, I wouldn't have moved my family here. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to win. What we learned, I told our team this last night, that we're the 7th team in Arizona football history to hit 9 wins. That's been only done 6 other times prior to this year, since 1930. So now it's our goal to get to 10, which has only happened 3 other times since 1930. And if our guys can continue to believe and trust the process and keep getting better, I think we can not just do that one year. I think we can do it each year.
Jason and then Brian.
You've talked a lot about culture. What is a game like this overall? I mean, especially you came and all that. Talk about how you built the culture to where it's at.
It's a word that everybody uses that I see it like culture before winning, winning before culture before talent. I don't know really. I just know that if you have great players that believe in what you're asking them to do, and you have great high character kids that are believing in what you're asking them to do, just watch the guys on the sideline and how much joy they have, and watch them play and how much joy they have. And I think if you play with joy, you're going to win. And that's where I think our culture has really been about family, about joy. And they play for one another. And that's really the biggest thing for our program was we wanted to recruit players that are of high character, recruit players that love the game of football and love each other. And we're a very close-knit team with coaches and players alike. And I think from that, you could see they love playing for one another, which is probably the biggest part of our culture.
And then one more, and how important in a game like this was it? It seemed like you rotated a lot and tried to play a lot of guys. Was that something that you actually thought of? Or did it just kind of happen that way?
Yeah, I think, well, defensively, always. We're a huge rotation team, as we know. So I think last week we played 30 defensive players. I'm sure it was similar to that. Offensively, we're not big rotators, but we wound up at the running back position we are, but DJ couldn't go, so we needed to rotate all three running backs to make sure Mike, Speedy, and Jonah. And then Jonah got a little dinged up in the first half, so he couldn't go very much in the second half. I think he only had one snap. And then receivers, if T-Mac and Jacob and Montana are able to go, they usually go. And then if they, tap out for a play or two, then it'll go Malachi, AJ, or KG. And what's going to happen is I think a guy like KG sees that, and then he now sees what he can bring to the table now that Jacob obviously only has one game left with us.
Brian, and then Troy.
Chip, what did you see from the defense after that first drive as far as adjusting to what ASU was doing with the run-heavy attack?
Yeah, I think really ASU adjusted too. They played with a tight end at quarterback that first drive, and that was hard to tackle. So we had to make some adjustments with who we were going to have in the game, what fronts we were going to play against that. You can't really just play traditional over and under fronts with your standard 4-down group. So we went to a 5-down group, went to more of a run-heavy defense. We brought the safety down to about 9 yards depth rather than 14 or 15 to add him into the running game. And then we started getting them to play a little bit more traditional. And then when they put Rashad in, it was more traditional offense. And I thought our guys did a great job there.
Troy, and then Doug.
Defensively, and you guys have been getting better and better each game out. And just can you talk about the job Coach Nansen's done in the buy-in you've seen from the players?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe he's not one of the 15 semifinalists for the Royals Award, the best assistant coach of the year. I don't know if anybody statistically has made nearly the jump that he made. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. In my mind, it was a situation where he has done just a fantastic job of getting our defense better every single week, as has the entire staff. And from the back end, the emphasis from Coach Richardson and Coach Cecil and Coach Aquina to getting the ball and getting after the ball, the amount of coverage, the design we're doing there, and then the way the front's playing with Coach Confusi has done a great job with the D-line, and then Coach Nansen coaching the backers. It's been a heck of a job by Coach Nansen, and hats off to him. And I'm not sure 15 guys have done a better job than he's done.
And what do you make of the impact Noah's had on this team and his progression throughout the season?
Yeah, I think it's a full team. I think our whole team has just gotten better every week, and I don't think Noah's done a fantastic job. But I also know that I think we had two great quarterbacks, and if either quarterback that we're playing, I think, was leading this team, we managed to be in a situation where Noah got super hot with a super hot hand and was able to just continue to just move the ball up and down and up and down. And that's enabled us to be able to have this 6-game win streak. And it's been a lot of fun.
Doug, and then Michael for our last question.
Is the Gatorade shower kind of a shock to the system after a game like that?
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it. They just got me, but it was all good.
Did you get one after this game last year?
Yeah, probably. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
And just one on Noah, just how rare is it for someone so young and with his experience level to be so poised?
Yeah, I think that's where he separates himself, is his poise. He certainly has shown, throughout his career as a high school quarterback, and then last year, every opportunity he had to practice. He just plays with incredible composure in the pocket, poise in the pocket, balance in the pocket. And when you have that, really when he comes out the field, he barely ever, I can't even give him a smile. Finally, we went up 59-23 with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. I said, "You are now cleared to smile." you know, and finally he did. But it was hard to get him to smile there. He's so locked in during the game.
Final question to Michael.
As we were coming off the field, we were talking to Dave, and he was in the room and asking him about the possibility of another contract extension from you, and he said, we want him here for a long time. What are your feelings about that subject?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. That's up to Dave.
If it sounds good to me, I'm certainly all for it.
All right, that's our time.
Yeah.